So first of all, thank you for inviting me. Hi everyone, my name is Ziki. Hope you understand my English. Enhancement turns printing into an experience. What do I mean with that? If you look at the world today, and I'll go a little deeper about that, everyone is looking to do something special, something unique, something different, and it all turns out to the enhancement. And this is why everyone is here, and this is, have you seen the presentation before? It's all about the enhancement and the specialty. And we want that specialty because we want to turn things into an experience. The next few slides, I'll show you what happens around the world, you know, just in every culture, in every country, it happens usually the same. It all started with, you know, with the printing black and white, and then color came many, many years ago, and it was very exciting. And we see more and more enhancement in normal applications. I mean, we don't see it yet on cornflakes boxes or cereal boxes, but it will get to that as well. It's just a matter of time. Right now, we see it on invitation, we see it on book covers, brochures, and we see it in packaging, in cosmetics and other packaging, but it will go on and on in more applications. As I said, you know, book covers, if you go to every bookshop, you will see a lot of books with some enhancement on them, and it's not a coincidence. I'll go further into it, and you'll see why it's so important for the book industry. Same with the packaging. We see it now on the high end, the cosmetics and maybe the perfumes, but if you look carefully, you'll see it even on chewing gum and on other things that when you can, you do it. It's all about getting the attention of the consumers and then getting the attachment where they need to purchase it. The electronic media dramatically affected the printing industry, especially the commercial printing. Why? Because, you know, you get a lot of information from the iPhone, from the tabloids, from the internet, from the computer. So printing, if many, many years ago was dedicated for information as well as promotion, today it's only promotion, advertising promotion. Information, you go to Google. This is the world today. Information you get from here with Google. You don't print information. If you want to do a brochure, you need to think twice. Why do I need a brochure if I can get all that in a PDF and send it? And the matter of it is that if you really don't have to do a brochure, don't do it. If you want to do a brochure, do it very high quality. If you do an invitation and you need to do an invitation for an event and you decided to do an invitation, you're not going to do an invitation CMYK on white paper. You might as well just do an invitation that people will remember, hold it, read it. It has to be special. It has to be much more than just CMYK on white paper. It has to be exciting. So the actual effect of the internet and all these electronic media, it did decrease a little bit of the printing volumes, but at the same time, it increased the quality. So if you're a marketing manager in this room and you've got a pie with a budget and you, over the years, shrink the budget for the printing, it may happen, but when you decide to do the printing, you want to do the book, you want to do that brochure or business cards, you might as well do them well and do them with a lot of investment in them to make them special, or just make a PDF. We are overwhelmed with the amount of information. Every one of us, every day. How do we deal with that? This is a research that was done recently. A normal person every day receives something between 3,000 to 20,000 messages. It's unbelievable. 3,000, and this is the minimum. Most of the messages we get every day comes from the eyes. Most of them comes from the eyes. We get a little bit from the ears, we get a little bit from the taste, we get a little bit from the nose. All of those five senses, the eyes are the busiest one. Today, your brain is dealing with deleting information. At the end of the day, when you go to sleep, the purpose of going to sleep is to delete that information. A simple example will be a direct mail. If you get the bunch of those in the mail, you probably throw all of them because they're not exciting. If something stands out and you see it and you hold it a few more seconds, it's already did the purpose of it. So we have to make things special. How do we make them special? We add another sense to the eyes. You make it noise, you make it smelly, you make it touch, you make something to it that people will hold it a few more seconds to remember that. And this is all about the enhancement we're talking about today. Creating the attention, make you stop for a second, look at it, then touch it, hold it, maybe buy it, maybe keep it. But that's adding one more sense, increase the factor of remembering and holding it at least by 10. I said I'll get back to the books. Go into every bookstore. You don't know this, but a book life cycle in a store is maybe 2 weeks. Not the, you know, the highlight, the bestsellers. I'm talking about a normal book. They go into the shop, they put them in the middle of the table. Forget about those on the shelves. They have no life cycle. They go into the table, people go in. If in 2 weeks they're selling, good. If not, then they go to the shelf. But they have 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If they don't do something special, you don't buy them. So if you don't have a real reason to buy a specific book and you just come to pick something, how do you pick it? By getting the attention of that cover and holding it for a second and looking at it. Maybe it caught your attention and then you buy it. So the cover means a lot. It's first the attention of it, then you hold it. If you touch it, if there's something sensual about it and you added another sense, the chance that you will buy it is higher, much, much higher. So, you know, we looked at this and we said, Scodix has some value and experience. We wanted to understand what it is. And we did a consumer behavior test. I don't know if anyone knows what is a consumer, but I'll give you a few seconds about it. A consumer behavior is how every one of us behave when we go to buy something or, you know, when we go to a store. They put a camera on you and they look at your eye, what it does and how it looks. And then they analyze that. So what we did the same test with Scodix. We gave some people samples with Scodix and without Scodix. And we looked what they did. And when we looked at it, we analyzed it, we saw that 90%, 92% of the people were focused on the attention created by the Scodix enhancement. And then 60% of the people even holded it and did this with their hand. They touched it. And I don't know if you had a chance to see some Scodix samples, but it just calls for touching it. Because of that gloss, it caught your attention, and then you start touching it. That is clear value to a product that you want to sell or you want people to react to it. 76% higher attach rate. This is whatever you want, this is it from a product that you manufacture. This is a research institute in Leeds, and they analyzed and they saw that a study that says that when you use a special ink or a special enhancement, you can increase your sales by 200%. You can go online and you can read that. There's another research that says customer product loyalty double when you add another sense. The gloss is important because it catches the attention. Without that, people will not notice it and then will not touch it. So it's an all combination of it. Sometimes that gloss fits to the work, sometimes not. There's ways to play with that. What we do, we use different densities. The unique ability of Scodix being a digital platform is that with a very simple way, you can create different levels. Think of it as like a map or something that you can have different heights. And then there's the metallic explained before, the ability with Scodix to enhance a metallic layer underneath that gives it the exact touch of a foil. And you've seen some jobs here all around, and you'll see more of those here. You can make all those metallic colors in a way on one sheet. There are ways to make this separation. It's a fifth separation explained earlier by Jonathan here. The fact is that just think of that spot separation. If you can make that in a way like a grayscale level where you have different grays, this is how you get the different heights. The first Scodix in London, obviously a very successful customer doing a lot of creative work. You can do the big size, the B2 format, so folders and other things like that can be placed on it. The most important thing here, it's a digital inkjet-based technology, so it allows Lawrence to do for you short runs. Not only big, long runs, you can do all these things that we talked about for very few copies. As you mentioned, so we've got many, many prizes all over the world. Print Week was one of them just recently in October last year. We're very proud of the work and the prize that you won with it, and we're happy to show that. This is some of our customer work done all over the world, and we see a lot of other brands doing many exciting things with Scodix. And we asked them, by the way, why they do that, and they explained that they get good feedback, they get good attach, people remember that, and they do a lot of exciting work with that. This is one of the invitation. We're proud of it, and when you look at it, and I'll pass it around, and if you want later on, you can see it. It's almost a black and white job with almost no creativity on it, besides the Scodix part, which gives it a whole different dimension. And it's a creative work, and you see how unique and special it is. This specific customer specializes in creating restaurant menus, the ability to do some really creative work. And if you look at the last pages later on, they do some vodkas and some bottles of effects that are extremely nice. Blind people or short-sight view people read Braille. They have only words to refer to. They don't know elements, because the Braille machine, the analog Braille machine, can do only dots. Well, now it says here this is a air balloon, and they can feel the air balloon. Or this is an elephant, and they can feel an elephant. Invitation is a huge market all over the world. We have customers doing very creative work. Some of you've seen the invitation that you got here with all that Scodix effects and the metallic. I've got here tons of others that later on you're welcome to see them. The bottom line is, for you as a designer or a marketing manager, I think the biggest value is, of course, that with the Scodix effect, or even if you do other enhancement, you have to do something that stands out. You have to use the tools that 1stByte offers you. You have to learn the capabilities of the new technologies like Scodix and create even 1, 2, 3 copies, and you have to use something to make it stand out. It will make people remember what you do. It will make people buy what you do, because the attach rate will be higher. And of course, it gives you value, it gives the product value, and it just makes sense. So thank you, and I'll show you all the samples around here, and you're welcome to ask any questions. We've got a few of my colleagues here, so thank you and enjoy.